Evening. I'll start again. Thank you, David, for that nice introduction. And I think this is the last couple of weeks we've been inundated with sad news. And but Saturday, I think the Danians put on a Zoom commemoration. We all shared memories of Raoul and read a poem each. I think that was really helpful for a lot of people. It was quite cathartic, and we were able to share our grief and shock at too too premature uh, passing of a dear friend there. So um, I've got a collection coming out in a couple few months, um, which is coming out on Like a Blot from the Blue, being published by Finn Hall. I'm doing a launch reading on Like a Blot from the Blue in July, but I do have a couple of samples in the here and some others as well from another collection I'm putting together at the moment. Now I'll start off sharing screen. I got some ekphrastic poems here. Whoops, press the right button. Okay, first I was doing some ekphrastic poems based on Japanese prints a while back, so I'm just going to read a couple of those. So here's the first one, short haiku. Red paper sun hides behind pink cherry blossoms, rippling calm waters. And the second one, it's a picture there of Mount Fuji, and there's a Hakone shrine and the Torii Gate there. You can see on the shore of the lake. Gateway. The nine-headed dragon sleeps at the bottom of Lake Ashi, while the gods of Mount Fuji glower through the frozen glimmer of night sky, with its moon glow backlighting the spectating clouds. And we mere spirits enter tippy-toe through this lakeside torii, welcoming our passage, transitioning from the world of natural phenomena to bathe in the sacred pools of beyond spirits. Meanwhile, the nine-headed dragon sleeps on. And the final one is the Japanese Prince ekphrastic poems, Tear of Magnolia. This is Magnolia Tears. The opulent moon rises in the east, weaving a veil of tears, each one transformed into a delicate petal falling down from a melancholic sky. But though the swollen moon draws out such lachrymose emotions, these steely fronds endure to bring sweet affirmations of coming spring. I can move on. This next one, this is the one that David mentions, the one that Finn very kindly nominated for the Pushcart Prize, which will forever remain on my bio sheet. It's the picture I took uh, from a bar by the beach in Thailand. It's called A Piet Mondrian View of Beach Life, which you can see maybe what I was getting out there from the picture. Take a closer look at all those indiscriminate holiday snaps. See how they squeeze reality into a flat surface. Sand, sea, and sky pressed up together, nose to nose in unnatural proximity. All sense of perspective lost, the depth of the real experience, the idyllic breath of tangy ozone, the sea breezes caressing your cheeks that you spent all your hard-earned cash on for a fleeting touch of exotic euphoria. Now look again at this alien world, emancipated from naturalistic appearances, a parallel reality trapped inside a cage of Euclidean geometry. The blue of sky and tinted clouds, the rippled steely grey-green of panoramic sea, children playing, splashing about on a placid beach, with domesticated wooden boats tethered and waiting patiently to be set free. Such abstraction where no litter falls and the smell of sewage overflows has been filtered out, where pure golden sands arc in a tangential sweep trimmed by the green of well-managed vegetation. Now partition this flat plain with strong black geometric bands to achieve the final break with conventional representation, a universal abstraction of natural beauty, the end game in man's perpetual search for utopia, packaged all neat and tidy in the perennial holiday pics with which we inundate our friends and acquaintances on social media. This is the final reductionism, our sense of status and well-being framed in a Piet Mondrian view of life on the beach. So, and this next one, last of the screen share. It's a picture there. Okay, Finn Hall put it up on Facebook, so I nicked it and thought I'd be inspired a great a poem. So this is it. And this is also in Going to Montana in My Mind collection poems from a coffee shop. Lonesome Diner. One day we shall meet again beneath the neon light of a lonesome diner, bathed in its fake phosphorescent glow, gazing deep into the grounds at the bottom of our coffee cups. And we'll sigh as we gaze silently all around us, surrounded by a desert sky, the air cooling now as the furnace sun slips coyly behind the screen of mountain ranges, faded like deep-washed denim, and the thinning night air chills down to a refreshing, shady, cool, silken touch that permeates our sun-scorched skin and hair. And as we share this moment's stillness, echoing to a coyote's distant bark, our thoughts paired to the bare bones of long passing melancholic musings, we'll ponder on past fading memories of lost ambitions as we drink in these silent gilded moments, oblivious to the grinding churn of busy lives, too distracted to think clearly, without remorse or regret, to see life as it should be lived, free of guilt, truly blessed. And I'm going to stop sharing now, and we're moving on. Some more poems, samples from Going to Montana in My Mind. Never know, someday I might actually get there for real and fly over. Anyway, first one's called The Wedding Parties. A splash of colour and beaming happy faces light up to brighten the normally dull features of Blackgrave Street, spilling out from beneath the gilded figures, spelling out the formal words Town Hall, suspended above the black wrought iron entrance to the reception rooms where futures are signed away in marriage contracts, while there in their Sunday best, dolled up in fine off-the-peg suits, adorned in taffeta and silk, these well-wishers, family and friends, throng the pavement beneath the dour shadow of the town hall 19th century sturdy Victorian clock tower. But come the autumn, on the threshold of winter's freezing cold onslaughts, the daily grind of passing traffic continues apace, without any sentiment or even memory of these happier moments, when the wedding parties burnished the drab grey features and tired patina hanging over Blackgrave streets. It's probably not as bad as I make it out to be. Flagray Street. It's only a short distance. You walk from the station and through to town, and you have to walk through Flagray Street. Anyway, next one, another one from Going to Montana. Blue and green. The very silence becomes the only flower, the only light, and the timeless quality that is not measurable by thoughts. Those words from J. Krishnamurti in Meditations. It's my take on this. The cool blue of the sky, washed clean by rain, hovers over me, protective shield. Its curvature, like an infinite umbrella, stretches as far as the eye can see, and beneath its delicate horizons, my mind is free to wander in solitude, at liberty from cloying, distracting thoughts. And as my body escapes this concrete world for a few precious moments, I am lost in the fragrant pastures of meditation, where only the sound of a falling leaf breaks the silence. And here's one. I have a friend in Hong Kong who, a few years ago, lost someone very close to her. I remember her chatting, and she was um, obviously inconsolable for quite a long time. And she talked about one of they have some nice parks in Hong Kong where you can get lost surrounded by trees and whatever. So this is taking that up. It's called Walking with Grief. The leaves whisper their condolences. The tree branches sigh and groan like hired mourners, paying their respects while keeping their distance in their polite, respectful manner. The benches, co-opted to stand sentinel, arrange themselves on the periphery of this isolated park, keeping their counsel with straight-faced grimaces. They conspire to show no visible emotion, and all that's left for me is to walk and walk, lost in my quiet inner grief, alone and lonely in this silent oasis of green. Okay, and here's one. Now, moving on to poems that I'm putting into another collection under the working title of Departures. I'll say a bit more about that when I come to that last poem. Mm, excuse me. This one's called Illuminations. It's taken from when I visited this friend when she was staying with some friends in Halifax, West Yorkshire. And we've got them into the church. It's got a beautiful stained glass windows there, and from the outside it looks really dirty. You can't see it, very plain. But when you walk in, as soon as you walk in and you see the other side and the light coming through the stained glass, it's an amazing color effect, and you seem to be bathed in it. And I'm not a religious person at all, but I think that you can't help but sort of feel that sense of historic sort of spiritual area, like the weight of prayers, but just the beautiful images and the colours and the light being transformed. So this poem is about this. Sorry, illuminations. When the inner light shines on you, you'll know it. That beam will hit you right between the eyes, just as when visiting the Minster in Halifax that August bank holiday Sunday. It appeared impenetrable on the outside, even shabby. Then suddenly, as I stepped inside to look around, the light exploded through the stained glass portal of the high arched window, pouring down over all those seeking sanctuary, raining splintered shards of glassy colour, glowing incandescent. Whatever issues I had there in my head at that moment were left outside the entrance, guarded by its heavy pointed door, as I proceeded to absorb the quiet air of spiritual healing which emanated through the cool, sanctified atmosphere of that illuminated interior. Now, let me tell you, I'm really not the religious type. I keep a sharp blade of skepticism about my person, just for insurance, so as you'll understand. But when that old man, a kindly verger, looked into my eyes and softly touched me on the shoulder as he wished me a safe journey home, well, how can I put it? It seemed to me as if he'd peered into my soul with a look that signified a love for all mankind, as a light shone in his eyes which outshone the rays of that bright August sun radiating through the high vaulted minster window like a rainbow of sheltering sky. Okay, it's falling on the floor there. This one's five winter haikus. Just to remind you that we just got through winter and we're coming on to spring, finally. A blue sheet of sky stretches out above my head. I shall draw on it. A halo of light offers me a golden crown, but I am no saint. Rain streaks my windows with beads of diamond droplets. Each holds a rainbow. Red clouds over roofs ripple like molten lava. This sky looks angry. A plane cuts the sky, angling itself at the sun. My mind wonders idly. Okay, and this is from that same trip to Halifax to this friend, and we walked over the top uh, of the moors there and down to a place called Shibden Hall. We were setting for a rather romped uh, Victorian story about this gentleman Jack. It's Anne Lister, I think it was, who was wrote an account. She was a lesbian. She wrote her autobiography or about her affairs, and that was quite scandalous at the time. Yeah, but I can't remember who was in it at the time. But they made a recently, a couple of years back. There was a series based on that. So this is called Strawberries for Lunch. Food of summer, symbol for a perfect day, learning more about each other and how we both love strawberries. Pangs of hunger held back on the walk to Shibden Hall, flowing wishes with the dandelions and thistledown, creating new beginnings, sending the seedlings on their way. So with curiosity satisfied, we found welcome shade. I offered you fresh strawberries that I had brought specially for a hot summer's day. We ate them all, our hunger sated. I offered you the last one, and you accepted graciously, and I felt the day well spent, just you and I together with strawberries for lunch. This one is, I'll skip that one, and I'll just go straight to this one's Jazz Riffs number 4. I was going through a bit of a spell. I was trying to write some sort of hip kind of verse there. So I don't know what happened to Jazz Riffs number 1, 2, and 3, but this was, I think, the best out of the many ones that I kept. So it's Jazz Riff number 4, Bookend Blues. The fag end of another year, bookending one more cycle. Look back, move forward, keep going on to the next. Going where? To what end in view? Something old, something new, half forgotten truths wrapped up in Gnostic aphorisms, a borrowed life on permanent leasehold, feeling kind of blue. The man still holds all the cards. See the future, see it unfold right in front of you. And in the interim, someone died, another one came into the world. A heart was broken, a new one was reborn and anointed by love and the perennial turning of the season, stuck on an elliptical fairground ride, a cosmic firework display, all laid on for free. It's a whirling vortex, faster than the speed of sound, sonic booms blasting us into orbits. So hang on tight, hold on by your fingernails for a mind-shaking ride into a dark future. Only hope lights up the way ahead. Let's pray it's a better one than the one before. Paint on a new face, hang on in there, catch the next wave to carry you aloft like a maverick riding the tube, like a bullet from a barrel. And I think I'm not sure how am I doing for time, David?
You're fine. You have several minutes left, like 3 to 5. Yeah. But if you go
Okay
over,
then.
that's cool too. That's no problem.
Okay, right. Well,
Most people
I've
do
got
25 or so. Don't stop.
it. Well, I have got one up my sleeve for a bit of an encore, so I can go into that one as well. So finally, this is the title poem for this collection. Second collection I'm putting together called Departures. It started off um, as a prompt with uh, with Kemlyn Town Beck on her Between the Lines Zoom group meetings that we used to have on Wednesdays during the day. And we did this thing. She suggested we watch this film. It's a Japanese film called Departures, and some of you may have seen it or know of it. And it's about funerals. It sounds quite a kind of a sort of subject matter, but there's lots of humor in it. But also, I found it was a really moving one in terms of, and this is why I was going to put this in as a commemoration in memory of Roll I am James, because the two parts of it, they really strike a chord with me about the whole idea of how we relate to people passing, about death in general, and so on, and the human condition, and particularly with those rituals and things we go through to help us through it, to help us in a community or in a communal way, to help support each other in those moments of loss and grief. So it's in two parts. The second part actually a sonnet. So here is Departures, part one. The wild geese take flight, wings outspread, glinting white, rising up on pillows of lapis blue skies, rinsed by the autumnal rays of departing sun. See them banking, raised high on crescendos of summer's parting ways. Say your farewells, speak softly now, though they soon will return again. But you may not be there to greet them the next time they are resting on the reed banks by the placid waters of wetlands, flanked by their helm of purple mists of mountain top. And take care of this pebble that's being passed on to you to hold inside your hollowed fist. Its smooth edges wear the insignia of borrowed time that collects its own commission with interest added on. Hold to it tightly, 'tis but a lien to keep in lieu until the debt has been discharged that remains owed till the gateway has been opened wide enough for a lost soul to pass through. Say your goodbyes now, but remember to let go gently. Your tears will ease the passage, taking them to the next stage on the way to ready yourself for your own departure, as the wild geese spread their wings to set out on that long migration one more time around. And the second part, as I say, is a sonnet. Remember them well, the very days, and all the long nights of your long days. Keep it in mind that they who are gone are with you in company still, if only in that smallest chamber of memory that you keep as a holy sepulchre for the immurement of those treasured remains for your own personal rites of remembrance. Hold them, keep them in mind with each day that passes, for fear they may shrivel and die, if left to hang on the vine of forgetfulness, and keep the soil that holds and nurtures them well fed. For though the flesh falls from the bone, the fruit still remains as tributes for the dead. So that's my um, memorial to Roll, such a beautiful character. I felt so privileged to have known him and really like broke bread with him in a sort of abstract way on Zoom events. So I just do one more, just to lighten it mood. I don't want to sort of end on a kind of too sad a note. This is one I wrote, and we all know, I think, Diane Murray Ward, lovely lady from New York. This is one I wrote, and it was on Kemlin's Between the Lines Zoom. And she couldn't make one of the meetings, and I think kind of interesting. Diane sends her regrets. So I imagine what that would sound like, sending her regrets. Okay, so this is called Miss Diane Sends Her Regrets. Miss Diane sends her regrets. She isn't able to be here with us today. She is feeling just fine, she'd like you all to know, but she is otherwise engaged with things to do, business to attend to, and she would not want you thinking that she's ignoring you. No, not at all. Miss Diane sends her regrets. She's not feeling ill or unwell, just so. She wouldn't want any fuss or bother. She'd hate to think you'd be worried or had any concerns about her welfare. She's doing just fine and thinking of you, missing you just a tad. You with all your big words and so. Miss Diane sends her regrets, but she would want you all to know. In fact, she is quite adamant she is not feeling low or had a fall. She just wanted to make sure you all were aware there's nothing wrong with her at all, nothing to worry or write home about, to cry or shout out. But she has a life, you know. Thank you. That's me.
Thank you,
Thanks
Ian.
for your work.
Wow, what a magnificent feature. Um, Everyone, you can unmute your mics and clap or comment as
Yay!
you like.
Bravo, even Ian.
Fabulous, Ian. I love the last piece. I love all of it. It was so good.
Absolutely. Yeah, from
Thank you. Thank you.
the beginning, ekphrastic things all the way through. Yeah, I actually love the pieces you choose to do the ekphrastics from. I love those Yukoi pieces. But yeah, you just took us through such a great journey.
Real, yeah,
Absolutely.
I always love your work. You always pull me into your work, and I can see it and feel it. For me, that's the sign of a really great poet, and when you actually pull me into it like you do. Thank you so much for
Wow.
the beauty.
Well said, Avach.
Those are, yeah. When Avocha and when Michael say such lovely things about my poetry, I think, oh wow, and Ray and everyone, I feel well, it's such a great group of poets on here. So when you get that kind of
Absolutely.
feedback, you really do feel like you're genuinely, oh, wow, I've really kind of made a mark there. So thank you all. Thank you.
Absolutely. I
You
have to
done
quote
good,
some,
kid.
Hey,
I wanted to
what did
quote
you
a few
say?
lines that you done good, kid.
You done
I
good,
got,
kid.
I had to,
Wow, ooh,
had
thanks.
to,
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Like I say, I may have been lying when I said I was born in 1950.
wow. The
Yeah.
gods of
No,
Mount Fuji glower through the frozen glimmer of night sky, with its moon glow backlighting the spectating clouds. How absolutely exquisite. The opulent moon rises in the east, weaving a veil of tears, each one transformed into a delicate petal falling down from a melancholic sky. I could go on and on. Uh, so please, others, you can comment as well if you have some more to say.
mm, yeah.
We're stunned, speechless.
No, I'll be doing a fuller sample from the Going to Montana in My Mind collection in July. It'll be with on Finn's Like a Blot from the Blue.
Awesome.
I still, this whole like going to Montana in my mind. I like seeing Frank Zappa and James Taylor jamming together.
I did think
I
of that
might
one.
be
Yeah,
moving to
going to
Montana
Montana soon.
soon
Yeah,
because my plane crashed.
herding his dental floss.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beautiful work, as always, Ian. Always so elegant and just exquisite work. Bravo.
I saw
Thank you.
Ian twice in the last couple of months. He came down to London to join Mark Fishbein, Mona
Right?
and Neil, and the others who actually live in London, like Leslie Constable, etc., etc. He has a side to his nature, which I guess is still tied up to his poetry. He's joyful, he's alive, he's vibrant, he likes a good laugh, he's cheerful, he's great companies to be around. A lovely man.
Yeah, and you get me in the right mood, I'll take you over
And
to
Leonard
Blackfriars
is a
Bridge
social
and we'll crack a
secretary.
bottle of good malt whiskey and pour some of it into the river.
Yes, yes.
If you ever
Depends
want to
what
get
way
on a
to
dating site, just put what Lantern just said.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, I'll stop the recording now. I just wanted you to have some of the commentary,
Oh
Ian.
God.
So